I'm not waiting for him, so.
I'm sure your members will happen.
Alright. Hello, friends. How is everybody doing? Everybody ready to die? I'm kidding. We are on session 106. Last time we met, after meeting up with part of the Red Basher family, being Blaka's cousins, aunt, and housekeepers, you all were asked to gather some things in Yorgon, the small village nearby, for Aunt Violet, and to check up on her husband, Uncle Tarek. Viro and Wrench, who are also accompanying him, which are another housekeeper and the house mechanic, fixer-upper, the little kind of do-her-all, is Wrench. As they didn't make it back yet, and as they have been tasked to help Saleh Samuels, the wizard's apprentice at the Mage Tower overseeing the town. First stopping at the Golden Company, aka the bank, Blaka went in and pulled out funds from the family vault. He gave everybody a little allowance, we will call it, basically. So after pulling out a good amount of gold, then you all were given an allowance. And excited to hit up a couple different areas. You guys started off at the blacksmith and armory to reforge some of your pre-existing armor to head into the next battle a bit better equipped. The owner, Amarlo, also was tasked with helping out, as Strummers had asked about if there was a tattoo shop nearby, learning about Rain Peers, who worked secretly in the Yellow Block, which is the gambling hall. You guys headed that direction. Blaka stopped for his aunt's shopping list during this time in Vale, and Kavara went and bought out the entire herbologist shop, like everything. You guys literally bought everything in this shop, and had it shipped back to the ship. So within the Yellow Block, the gambling was rolling with all the townsfolk. Basically, this town is 500 people large, and this place was just very crowded. Getting split up as a couple of drunken people got up in your face. Drumus ended up with an old halfling woman that actually ended up being quite helpful in the long run, as she was able to get him into an appointment with Rain, where he got a sick tribal tattoo with magical prowess. Darthur, not having as good of luck, it took him a little longer, and after some convincing and conveying, finally ended up getting with the artist before you guys headed to the general shop, the general store, and you ended up running into Uncle Tarek and Saleh, which is where basically exchanging of information was passed of why you guys were here from him, and what he was up to. You were led to the tower. On the outskirts of the tower, pretty much nothing could pass through. There was an invisible force field of magic stopping you. You learned that a dispel magic at a higher caliber level had not helped, and somebody left and screwed up all my hard work at this point in time. So the beginning of this recap, all my cameras are all messed up, and I'm not fixing it at this point in time, but that's okay.
Chris will be back, I'm sure.
I'm sure. I know, I'm sure too. So he was tasked with helping the apprentice and getting in the keep, as her master had been stuck and believed to be dead at this point in time, as she has been messaging him for the last couple days with no response. This wall of force, or something worse, is keeping out everything, with the dispel magic not helping. There's definitely something afoot, as Temin saw shadows and a glowing aura on the top floor of the tower, and Kavara can sense evil within. Stuck with no real answers, and a lot of you guys tapped out of some of your magic resources, as a lot of you are martial classes, you decide to head back to the villa to come up with a better way to help Sally, and also to give the items that were just acquired to your aunt. This is where we're picking up today. but ideally, this is about a mile and a half, 2 mile walk back to the actual villa. So nothing crazy could happen really within that short amount of time. It literally is a 25, 30-minute walk for you. You guys do have some new goodies and stuff like that, so I was just going to put you right at the villa, and you guys can start your conversation there if everybody's cool with that.
Yeah.
Oh wait, so that pond with all the frogs, is that close to the villa, or is that like other?
That was
a few miles away, right?
Yeah, it was quite a month. Yeah. It was like 7 miles away, I think it was.
Never mind.
I know you really wanted the frogs. I'm sorry.
Hard just wants the army of frogs. I mean, it's not too much to ask for.
There was only like 27 frogs that you pinged. And they,
90 something.
27 were within. It was like 70. Sorry, I'm flipping numbers. It was like 72 were all within that one area, though. Yeah. So, but back at the villa, we start with a group of you guys. So, Wrench, you can move your guys' characters around. I just had everybody meeting up in the garden to begin with. So, so the 7 of you guys now walking into the garden place. It is about 4 in the afternoon, I would say, after your shopping trip early in the afternoon. So getting close to that dinner time. You see Winnabelle frantically trying to get into the kitchen still, as that giant tomato had exploded out, and basically she had to like come up with a way to get this thing out. And you walk up and there's just chunks of tomato like set outside that she had to remove to get into the area. This is the first time that you guys would be seeing TK come out to, who is the weaponsmith and the trainer of the family. He is a I was like, he's a pretty cool dude. He dressed in very traditional samurai garb. I'll blow him up just so you can kind of see his token a little bit bigger, which is very well established through the stylization of the Red Basher family. This dude, you only can see his eyes slit, like he's wearing his helmet at this point in time. He is in full armor, but you can tell that he was kind of, after cleaning up his blade, you can see that he was one that actually kind of helped with the kitchen mess. As he is very gruntily, you just hear him like under his breath, like complaining about, this is not what my weapon's meant for, kind of thing. But he's been helping Winnabelle basically get that situation under control. So, what do you guys got?
Already went shopping.
What'd you say, Chris?
We already went shopping.
Yes.
Is that no? Okay.
I added 1,000. I added 20 fire arrow ammo within your inventory on D&D Beyond, which was about like $1,000. So you still had more coin, but that was the only thing that was really established that you wanted to purchase.
So you still got 9,000.
Alex, I don't think I mentioned, I would have, for all of the currency I exchanged for gambling,
Yep.
I would have cashed out.
Yeah.
I don't think Grimris would have just walked out
with all the Bontos. Yeah, I know. I figured you weren't. We never went over.
You mean you don't want to keep those chips for later?
I mean,
Just change it back
I don't
later.
know. You know what? Actually, I guess there's one important thing I have to mention, because I realized we did that whole tattoo thing.
Yep.
And I don't think was there ale available in that place? Because that very much so would depend on if he walked out exchanging it back into coin, or if he left with the chips.
There was some ale within there for sure.
He's still got all the chips.
And to be fair, we had a pre-game at the house before we.
Yeah, no, I think Drew's right now is like looking at these pipes like, the fuck are these things?
We'll start with the Constitution saving throw for Drumus. See how intoxicated he is at this point.
Okay.
Oh, this
so-
like that drug.
I'll say this: my Constitution saving throw is a +9. That is a natural 1. So
Oh.
tell me.
You are a dwarven stout. So, I mean, it does take a lot, but it's been a long. I was like, as everybody else was kind of doing their shopping brigade and stuff like that, you kind of went to the smithery and went right over there. Like, you spent a long time there, so you would be able to pound back a couple of drinks. So I would say you're tipsy, but you're not completely, like, black out right now.
Okay.
It's not the way I see it. I see it as, oh, the Emperor is such a fucking lightweight.
Well, the Emperor's drinking out of a glass that's supposed to not make you drunk. But he does a special record.
Yeah.
Sometimes we misidentify things. Well, I mean, when I learn something, I get drunk. When Temin learns something, he blows a hole in the ship.
Hey.
I'm sorry, I didn't give the entire instruction manual with it.
So,
I think he knew what he was doing.
Hold it.
I think he knew what he was doing.
alright.
I think getting back though, I would pass off all the goods that Aunt Violet had asked for to.
Do you remember everything that was on her list?
I'm done.
That would be it. I don't remember.
Roll me a history check. Let's see if he picked up everything.
Oh, Blaka with his 0 intelligence.
I know. That's
Yep. It's a straight fucking roll at disadvantage because I'm exhausted.
Yeah, you are.
Can I give him bardic inspiration?
Yeah.
Well, that is an 18 and a 17.
Whoa!
So,
Pretty good.
I will say there was one point in time when you were at the general store picking up like the last couple things where you were staring at like a shelf for a split second and you're just like, what the hell is the last thing I needed? But you ended up picking it up and you got her entire list completed. So
okay, good.
you hand over the 9 It's 9 items. I'm not going to go through the entire list, but
Yeah.
basically you lay it out in front of and Violet and perfect. These are just what I need to stab some vampires and make dinner tonight. So I hope you boys are hungry. We'll go check on Winnabelle. Hello, dear. And she'll like kiss Tarek as she's walking by with the newly gathered goods. You look very disappointed. And then he'll just like, it's been a long day. That's what I can say. But she'll like take off and head towards the kitchen to bring over the supplies that were just given to you. So.
Well, Uncle Tarek, do we want to try and read up a bit about this wall, see if we have something?
I was going to, of course, yes. Come with me. Let's go into the hall. Basically, where all the formal meetings and stuff like that is, where all the books and scrolls are lined up. That you had a scroll thrown at you, Atlas, already. So, but Uncle Tarek will definitely head that way, as he's going to try to read up on anything that he can to figure out how to get through this wall. So.
Any of you all want to join us?
Yeah, Kamara will.
Why not?
Clara Vale?
It's magic. She was all. Magic goes whoop. So no.
Drummer's, Temin, Darthor.
So
This seems like a family affair. I'm gonna let you take this.
I'll follow you wherever I'm needed. Someone please help me with my sad situation, fuck's sake.
Alright.
Alright, well, guess that's the 4 of us going to do that.
Okay. So, Uncle Tarek will, of course, tell you guys to remove your shoes and any formal weapons, set them out, as this is not the place for it. And he'll kind of split up each one of you guys within different sections of the wall, because he's not 100% sure what means of magic he wants to like try to answer this with, because with Dispel Magic not working, that was his main plan of action here. So he'll basically tell Vale, Blaka, and Kavara each to pick a section and try to read through find something, hopefully. So I'm going to need an investigation check for you guys.
Good thing Bell win, because Blaka's not going to find anything.
That is a 10.
7.
It's a good thing Bell win.
Am I in that too? I didn't catch that. I'm sorry.
23.
Next.
Did you go in there too?
I believe I followed who told me to follow. Blaka told me to follow. I think.
Okay. I didn't move your
Yes.
token.
You said investigation?
Yep, investigation.
Yeah, I'm gonna use roll 20 this time. It's an 18.
18. Okay. All right. With a 23 being the highest, this is a form of Taco Bell. Am I right? That's my dinner. It's finally here. Thanks.
That guy is fast.
I know you.
Form of Baja Blast.
The form of Baja Blast and Crunchy Taco is found within these shelves.
That was the best.
But no, within the shelves, after searching around, there are a couple different transmutation and just warding books have been pulled out, but even quick skimming through, there's nothing like this, as this is a high form of arcane that even as you're browsing through, a couple of you guys are literally throwing books off and you're getting yelled at as Taryn comes walking, just hey man, you gotta put that back, Dad, he's fucking throwing things around, he starts complaining. But I will say, Vale, you are caught and intrigued by this book that basically, as you scroll through it, it starts going over the ethereal plane. And as you're briefly reading this, it changes to another form of language for a second, as this has been completely transmuted from the original wizard or warlock's work into this binder, but it's not common. So I need to know what languages you speak.
What do I got? Common, Celestial, Sylvan, and Thieves' Cant.
Celestial, Common, Thieves' Cant. It would not be a language that you could understand. So it says ethereal plane, and that's the cue of oh, this book is. You were told that there's ethereal plane from when you guys were first looking at this this force field, basically. But that's all you're able to get through this. Magic Arcana changes over at this point in time after you can read over. So whatever spell you're looking at that you think is the indicator, you're not able to decipher right now.
I think I found something, but I don't know. I need help. I can't read this.
Mara's gonna come over. Let me see.
Here you go.
Give me a spoon.
What? What do you use a spoon for?
I have nachos.
No,
with my
no,
bags.
no, I'm
Trying
trying
to get
to do
forward,
it,
right?
use
I guess, I don't know.
Anyways.
Alright, will this fall under any languages that Gabar knows?
And your languages are. I don't have your guys' languages all memorized, so I need the list.
Oh. Gabar knows Common, Draconic, Druid, Elvish, Infernal, Sylvan, and Undercommon.
You know Undercommon?
I do know Undercommon.
Cool. It is actually translated from Undercommon, as it is an old translation. And as you're reading this magic spell in Undercommon, you are learning that this spell that was made, or the spell that is basically that you're physically running into, is known as the spell of Force Cage. It's been amplified over the exterior of this mage tower. It is an immobile, invisible, cube-shaped prison that holds everything within and everything out. Nothing can physically pass through this matter, basically. So, and as you can tell, Dispel Magic has no effect on this thing. There are a couple ways of breaking this spell. And then there is a chance of leaving, which you did put an alarm spell on this. But to leave out of this inner planar travel of the cage, basically, Charisma saving throw has to be done from inside, leaving out. Otherwise, there's a possible chance you don't end up on the same plane of existence. Like, there's some strong magical hold up here. But failure to pass through this cage correctly exceeds and blocks you, and you end up somewhere on the ethereal plane.
Correct.
And Kamara will be kind of like translating this out loud so everyone can hear because she doesn't know what to make of all of this.
Yep. Whoever is inside the cage is actually always like the force cage too. If you're inside it, you're trapped inside of it too. Like,
Wait, I said that didn't work.
You said there was multiple ways that the spell could be broken. Do I know of any of them?
make me an Arcana check.
Love to. Not great. That is 13.
13. Going through your bardic spell book of song and leisurely dancing, and then what you know of your higher power of the Hordel, I would say with a 13, nothing is coming to mind. As you say this, though, far out loud, and you're explaining to the group, I will say, Tarek will come over and, do you mind, darling? Can I see that for a second? Like, wants to pull over the book and, I might, let me get to my, Violet has she has some higher level scrolls that we always prepare for when we're in a hunt and tracking down creatures of other ornate and planar beings. Let me see if she has something that could help us in the long run. I'll be right back.
We also know specifically what the number of things that are in there.
Correct.
Vara and I scanned it last time. Vara much more efficient.
Yep.
So if that person doesn't know exactly what's in there, I'm gonna let them know what we found already, so that if they need to find any other cool shit to help us out with the process.
Gotcha. So, Teller said he'll be back, checking up, as he has to see if she has something that might work out for you guys. Out in the courtyard, basically, the garden area, we have Wrench. Tellerun actually went inside. Teleric is walking by. We're gonna kind of basically transition shift to, as Teleric walks by, the group outside. We have Temin, we have Drumus, we have Atlas, we have Farah, we have Viro, and we have Wrench out here. What are you guys up to?
I feel like I would be more like puzzled as to why like nothing worked. You know, I'd kind of be pondering my own thoughts about like how we weren't able to like move past that barricade, and how like also I'm kind of like surprised that I can't cross over now.
Yeah.
And so I'd be kind of trying to like, I don't know, ponder that. Maybe I'd be talking to that demon in my head, being like, I used to be able to do this. Don't suppose you can help me out with that at all now, can you?
You're actually calling out to her?
I'm just more thinking in my own head, but I imagine that thinking in my own head is still like kind of calling out to her, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm not even like speaking words like I am right now to you guys. It'd just be like me having an inner dialogue and probably like just a conversation
Okay.
in my own head.
Gotcha. So, as Temin is contemplating and talking things over to himself, we have Drumus, we have Atlas. Atlas, you have quite the arsenal of weapons on you normally, is that correct? That are
Correct.
how exposed are your guns and stuff like that?
For as close as you could be, the one just on my back though, which is on my hip. There's no not concealed in that way.
Okay. Besides Farah still completely like just eyeballing you up and down, and you're getting like that deadlock where she's doesn't know the personal boundaries of looking away and not being inconsiderate of staring. She is like deadlocked you even as you're like trying to like sit back and be cool and stuff like that. Wrench, the kobold, comes over to Farron, just like nuggets her, like, yeah, what you doing there? Like, yeah, and then like kind of looks over at you and just notices, like I said, your guns and just, so you like big guns? Is that your thing? Because he'll point over to Vero, and Vero had that giant weapon that he shot earlier, like the grenade launcher, basically. Wrench will just be like, that's one of my creations right there.
I have one kind of like that. It's a little smaller. I haven't used it in a while because last time I blew myself up with it. That's not important though.
So, do you mind if I take a look at that for a second? The one that's on your back. So your musket.
I can respect a fellow Avenger. Carefully, yes.
Perfect.
You can look at it.
I'll have you roll me. Roll me a D100.
Oh no. Oh no. I just upgraded it because I don't break it. 14.
Was it your musket?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. As he looks it over, and he just like clicks it open, looks inside, and looks down the barrel, and snaps it back, and tries locking it, and like points it out, like starts aiming it around, and like wildly like pointing it around and stuff like that.
It's like, wait, what? Whoa.
How sturdy is this? And he smacks it a couple on the ground, and like a piece like chips off her. It's like, oh shit! I can fix that. I can fix that.
Not sturdy at all. It's like perfectly finely balanced, and I think I'm just gonna take it back for you.
I was gonna reinforce it and help you out. Okay, fine. Suit yourself. Don't matter to me. I got all these fucking, and he'll lift a giant bag. I got all these scraps I have to go deal with. Vero, do you mind helping me? I need you for, and winks, and then kind of walks away, and Vero is just like, God damn it. Okay, yeah, fine, I will come. And Wrench and Vero will leave after destroying your gun.
This walk by tubes everywhere, and like steam like canister fell off, and it's like, what the fuck do with this now?
As all that was going on, Drummerus, are you up to anything?
I don't know. I think Drummerus is kind of standing at attention. Yeah, I don't really think he has much in the way of offerings to help with the situation. So,
Not
yeah,
figuring out what to do with those chips.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think he's definitely still kind of riding his buzz out of it, and I don't know, his arm probably hurts a little bit, I imagine, just
Yeah.
tattoo. So yeah, he's kind of like, what the fuck are we here for again? Shy, yeah, I'm sure he'll probably just kind of like go around trying to overhear things just to see if maybe he can help out. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, kind of just standing at attention. Just he's happy he's got his tattoo, and he's happy.
Are you one of the guys when after you get a tattoo, you're like flexing and trying to show it off to like everybody as you're walking around?
Yeah, no, he's definitely like leading with the tattoo arm and just like doing some stretching and just absolutely happy.
Casual like.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like flexing and posing with it.
Yeah, a
Showing
little
off.
bit like unnecessarily so, I'd say, because it's not like he's wearing much armor anyways. So.
Gotcha. Alright. I will say Telric and Violet will walk by you guys again as Drummer's you're flexing and Temin is like in his own head for their moment, and Atlas you're now trying to reassemble your stuff, and Farrah's gonna come over and she's not helping, but she's like standing really close at this point in time. Like, does that really go there like that, or like she's trying to learn, but she's just.
I think I'm like going not noticing. I'm gonna go like very in detail to everything. Not the guys go like. Whoop.
She's being a nuisance, but Telric and Violet walk by, and Telric will just look at Drummer and just like, new ink, looks nice, and slap it really hard.
Yep. That probably won't be the fattest time that happens.
Yeah. You're gonna learn today, son. Don't worry. It's not the first or last time that's going to happen.
I'm just glad it didn't activate the spell.
Telric and Violet will slide the doors open as you guys were probably still scheming and looking over some stuff. Belle and Kavara, I'll have you guys roll me one more investigation check.
That's a nat 20 minus 1, so 19.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. I got 31.
Still in that 20 though, damn it.
Nat 20.
Oddly enough, you guys are both going to run into the entire series. All 12 volumes of... Shit, where's my note? The build-up, right?
Signs of the stars, whatever.
Yeah, no, it was something of the stars, right? What was it, the signs of the stars? Or is it the...
Oh, the signs.
I thought it was signs, too.
Signs of the stars.
Yeah, it's the signs of the stars. 12 volumes of it, though. All on.
That was written by the head. That
It is written by Zara Pepper.
there we go.
But a lot of knowledge has come from these novels about interplanar travel, about the ordination of the creators, the Eternals that made all the Titans, and how the world was formed. There are things about the Underdark, about the Hells, about the higher realm of Ufari. This entire volume set is right in front of you, and this is probably the most knowledgeable form of written structure that has been come by the 3 other volumes you guys have ran into. And there's 12 volumes directly in front of you.
I think Kamara would first point this out to Blaka and the Emperor, and since Belle's right here seeing this too, he's just like, hey guys, check this out.
I mean, I've seen them in the library here in the shelves a couple of times, but I haven't really skimmed through them.
I don't know, they might be important.
Definitely interested, as I'm saying. I'm just flipping through.
You're flipping through them.
Random one.
I was going to say volume 11. I will say it has important matter that would. I'm going to need a Constitution trait saving throw from you, Vale, if you are flipping through these things.
Oh, of course.
Our last time we got scryed on.
Con save?
Con save.
Oh boy. 15.
15. Standing next to Kavar for a second, you will freeze up as you're reading through passages and kind of go through just trance as you're reading quickly. The book in your hand seems to be just fine to you, as you seem to be reading at a normal speed. Kavara, looking over as he is very close to you, you see Vale literally just ripping page after page after page out of this book, and as he's doing so, it's very, very meticulously fast, as he's not aware of this. And as he's ripping out the pages and throwing them up in front of him, they begin to levitate for just a second. And as this does, Vale, you are reading and you still think you're in this book. Your subconscious and your brain for a split second links to another being. And all you hear is, I want it back. You don't belong there. You have what is rightfully mine. And as this connection blinks out, and you look in front, and everything that was just torn out of the pages, and now fallen onto the ground like a Scrabble map. Very meticulously laid out. It's the way the ripped pages are. It almost, I think very Stranger Things, where everything was like thrown onto the ground. The pages are laid out on the ground now in front of you, Vale. And you look and you come back to your subconscious, and Kavara, you were watching this as all this happened. He has lined up 7 different points from these pages that are connecting between stars and the basically the words and the structures of the star. He turns them and stuff like that, and as it does, it kind of lays out almost like what looks like to be a map of some sort. Vale, you come back to it, and you kind of look down and you see all these pages ripped out now, and these pages all sorted, splitting out into different branches.
Would Kavara be able to notice any kind of constellations? Maybe like points that she would know because of her starry form.
Mm-hmm. I feel like you would. Let's make that. I don't want to just be like a straight yes or no because it is Kavara. I guess you can tell me, Cameron, what kind of, I was like, what are you kind of looking for within this map besides the stars? Because this map, I was like, this map as it's laid out, it's words and it's the wording and then the pictures or the scribbles of the books.
Well, from what Kavara would know, like, she would maybe not consider it a map, but if she could recognize like certain constellations, then she might be able to put like, oh hey, this is like a map to somewhere. You gotta go from this constellation to that one to this one.
What's your interdimensional travel experience there, Kamar?
She has some linear ones.
I will give you that. I will say, give me an intelligence check. Something you're really good at.
It's a 4.
It's a 4.
Well played.
That checks.
Adds up.
It adds up, I know. As you're looking for constellations and stuff like that, these are words that have been flipped and laid on top of each other. And to the naked eye, like I said, it looks like a hot mess, but it also seems to be mapping out something. Like, that is very given based off of how the points end. There are 7 different points at each end of this. I will say, one of the first points you're looking down is a map. Well, not a map, but there is an individual picture of a bright, blown out, like, it looks like it's just like a giant scribble of a mass. And you point at that, and you're just like, that looks like, it looks very familiar to you, but you can't come up with a name, you can't remember, like, why does this look familiar, or that specific mass of just scribble is like, that's what you're pinpoint on right now, I will say, Kamara.
Alright.
Well, since Kavara is so focused on that one spot, I'm gonna look at it and see if I can even grasp what's going on. I'm still confused about all the pages being on the floor right now.
Yes.
While they're like focusing on that one point, I think like, because I'm also still in the room, I think seeing Vale rip out these pages, I'd first be thinking like, God damn it, I'm gonna have to fix that.
Yep.
And then I would grab, like, when he starts laying it out in a pattern, I think I would grab one of the empty scrolls, because there are like empty writing scrolls and stuff like that, and try and draw out the whole map.
Okay. And as all this was happening when Telric and Violet were opening up the doors, and Darthor, I don't know exactly what you're doing as he stepped away, but you're trying to like map this out now really quick, Blaka, and they open up the door, and Telric is just like, what is the meaning of this? Leave you alone for 5 minutes, and you destroy a fucking book.
Fix it. I will fix it, but I think something got hold of him when he started looking through that book. I'll fix it in a sec, but let me finish drawing out whatever this is.
There's a limited edition you just destroyed. I got it signed, and you like flips open by the apprentice.
Well,
What had happened was, I don't know. I'm sorry.
well, we'll have to talk about Penhurst in a minute anyways. I still have to tell you what's all been going on.
Oh, me? If you could please inform me what happened, that'd be great.
I mean, you started ripping out pages, they started floating in front of you, and then you frantically laid them out in a map of some form.
They're always telling me that I'm doing things I don't remember doing.
Man, I would like to try and like draw out the map of this if...
Yeah. We will say, what's your calligraphy skills? Okay, it's not really that. It's going to just be, I guess, a performance if you're like mapping this out.
Yeah, so straight roll, but with disadvantage because I'm...
If he goes right, I think you know Alice has forged many things before.
I know.
Wait, can Kavara give some guidance for this?
You're in the room.
Yeah, take some guidance.
So that's what...
And I bought
D-
it for
A
racing.
D4.
Bardic Inspiration 2.
Yes.
Alright, well, that was a +5 to it with a 16 base roll at the low end
Okay.
for a 21. Yeah, roll a 16 and an 18. Disadvantage.
It doesn't matter, just roll well, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I will say, with the Emperor's help standing over you and Kavara giving you the guidance, I was like, I want to know what does Kavara's guidance look like? Like,
Honestly, I don't think it'd be anything special. Just kind of like how she does her trust or whatever move. She just kind of pokes block it like, there you go. That should help. I really know what it is.
Or also,
Kavara boops you on the nose. Boop, there you go.
Who have magic?
Have magic. Yep, exactly. I will say you are able to draw this map, and I will later on for you guys. I will put this up for you because I don't have it scanned at the moment. So
As Blaka is focusing on, my bardic inspiration is like beatboxing, like a focus tune kind of thing.
That's only the most
I don't know.
distracting thing I've
Kinda
ever
like
heard.
a Final Jeopardy kind of theme or something
Yeah.
like that, but just something that you can focus to.
okay. As you have now copied this back up, and Telric is super mad that you've torn up his signed copy of the book. He's like starts picking up the pages. Are you done here? Cause I have to get my free binding now. Like, ugh.
No, it's fine, it's fine. Take all the pages, I'll like go through, line them up, put them back in their spots in the book, and I will cast Mending.
Okay. You will fix the book for him and it reforms back together. And just like, leave you
Come on, you're the
alone.
one that taught me that. Why-
Oh, I know
why-
that. But you also just took away my only chance to get away for a moment and have a form of peace. I like to. As he's saying this, Violet is like standing up. What was that to you? Like,
And Kavara will kind of pitch in with her book, like, you want me to do it to this one? Does that make things better?
like he'll look at you for a split second, and he can see Violet's like eyes just beating down on him. No, like, no.
Kavara's like confused, like, Supposed to pass it down, like, okay.
As he says that, Violet will be like, well, if we're done tearing up things, Tedric just told me what we're dealing with. Good thing we have this wonderful library of knowledge through the years, and the Principality's higher nobility decided that this was a great holding cell for the magic of the lands lost. I think I do have a solution that might be able to help out with you. Did you didn't touch any of the other scrolls? And she's like looking at her table and, yep, there it is. I have unscried scrolls that I can temporarily write, disornate, repurpose, we will say. It sounds like you're dealing with a high form of magic. Might have just what we're needing to help out Sella Samuels, get our money's worth in repayment, and maybe kill a vampire or whatever. You said that you sense evil within that building?
Yeah, there was... Kavara sensed quite a few evil things in there.
Your one friend out there, his head's going crazy, and I could unfortunately hear every little thing he was thinking, and he really needs to calm down. So, I'm kind of aware of the situation, but disintegration is my answer. It'll take me a moment to write and scry this down, but should have it ready for a day trip morning. A morning trip in the day, you know, back to town, because that made fucking perfect sense. But no, I will need... Quill! Tedric, give me my fucking quill! Like, she yells out and, like... Yes, dear! Like, he goes over and, like... Alright, I need peace of quiet now. Everybody get out. She, like, closes her eyes for a second as she sits down at the table. And all,
I'm
like...
gonna look at everyone and be like, we need to go before she gets really pissed at us, too.
Sorry about the bug, and Ellie.
The Emperor always knows when to take his leave.
Bara's just gonna follow everyone else out.
I think I'd be like, kind of like pushing everyone out, like, we don't need to deal with Aunt Violet when she's...
Back in real quick. Forgot my shoes, sorry.
If you come back in, she actually is going to point at you.
Ooh, in trouble.
Stop.
Sorry, shoes. But I'll leave.
Come here, boy.
Oh no. Bill's dead.
Close the door. Get the door behind you, of course. Like,
Am I coming or am I going? I'm scared.
I'm just gonna, she called you, I'm just gonna push him in and shut the door behind him.
Oh god.
Sacrifice to the wolves.
I was just recently told that I don't belong here, so I feel like I should leave.
son, can you say that one more time?
I was told that I don't belong here?
That is true. You don't belong here.
So I leave,
No.
right? No. So I do belong here.
I have a question for you, if you don't mind me indulging upon the life, your life, that you know as this moment. Your friend outside, the one in the duster, his head's not the only one that is scrambled at the moment. Since you arrived, your memories don't line up. I'm sorry, it doesn't turn off, and it's why I don't like being around a lot of people, and we isolate in the villa. It's to be away from people. It doesn't really turn off.
Oh, I have to say, you're definitely right about that. There was someone that I met in the past that read through my memories. All I got were brief images and not a lot makes sense to me. Like, I don't belong here. I know that. But I'm not exactly sure where I'm from right now.
what I heard you did, and what I hear in your head. What do you go by?
My name is Vale Nightstar.
Belle? I'm Violet. I don't know if we've actually met, but you are not the original owner of that body. Somebody's calling.
Chris is getting called on Discord right now.
Yeah.
Who's calling?
I don't know. It's intense! It's the other voice, Chris!
He wants his body back!
He wants his body back, man!
I don't even know why I hung up on my bad. Where were we?
You're not the original
You're
owner.
telling somebody to fuck off.
Yes,
Whoever's calling you.
Yeah. Is that true? Am I on? Does that...
I was gonna sit there, I'm gonna like look at my hands for a minute and have flashbacks of when I saw them in the starlight. No, this body is not my own. The only thing I really know about it is pretty well skilled in things I have no memory of. And for some reason, I feel a connection to the Emperor. Not exactly sure what that is, but according to my companion, sometimes my eyes flash a different color. I don't recall these moments, but I guess my eyes turn green, completely in the dark about it. Or when I was reading through that book, and then suddenly I was somewhere else, and I was told that I don't belong, and then they told me about how I was ripping through all the pages and set them out, and I don't recall any of that either.
I mentioned that as well.
Do you mind if I touch your hand for a moment? She'll hold out her hand.
She met.
Her other hand reaches out behind her, and as she does so, one of the bookcases begins to slide back, and as it shifts back, you see a purple hue coming out from behind it. Come to me, mother. And as she says this, the largest purple life gem you've seen so far floats out behind her. And as it does, it begins to just levitate there, and there's this purplish ore that flows through her. I call upon the great Ashborn, the mother of life and death, to answer my question. Who is this soul that resides in front of me? And as she does this, I'm going to need another Constitution saving throw from you.
Oh boy. Yay! 14.
That's the only thing Bale's bad at.
A lot could go back. So much could go back.
With a 14, unfortunately, that is a fail, and you are going to take some mental force damage, basically, at this point in time. It's,
Oh, damage.
yep, it is. You're getting a big ass.
Basically headbanging.
Yeah, it's headbanging. Yeah. It is for 17 points of force damage. And you are once again just lost within the trance. Your eyes will glow for a split second, and you out loud two Violet, as you're touching your hand, begin to repeat your name over and over again. Veil, Night and Star, Veil, Night and Star, Veil, Night and Star. And then it's, as you're saying this over and over, another voice starts to build over yours. Elmric. 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 And it almost aligns with yours. I think we found who you were, and whose body you have.
Rick.
Elmric.
Sir Elmer. Is this Elmer? I don't know. Sir Elmer.
Elmric, as she continues calling out.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, we claim to be an old friend of mine. Do I recognize this name?
You're not in the room currently.
Hey, you're not in the room.
Yeah.
I know.
I was looking at icons. Sorry.
All by myself.
Yeah,
My bad.
you're good. I think we found the answer of who you were before here, Vale. But what does that mean of your previous body?
I do not know. This body's not my own. I don't know what happened to my old one. I don't even know if I still have an old one. All I know is maybe the Emperor might know this name. That's the only thing I can really go on right now. I get answers to questions, and I just have more questions.
Sorry,
I do
dude.
remember. Oh, what?
Nope, you're good.
I do remember though when I was shown apparently memories of mine. I remember seeing like this giant floating like celestial body planet with all these other like rocks floating around it. And then another vision, I was on a ship. There were others with me. The ship was burning here. I was told that there was nothing more that I could do, and that was it. That's all the vision. I don't know what this means. Maybe I died there, ended up here. I don't know what happened. I don't know what that planet, celestial body, or whatever it was. I don't know what it was, but maybe that's where I'm from. I don't even know where that is.
Intriguing. A ship burning. Can you think about that memory for me for a moment?
I will ponder on it.
As you begin to, as you're saying the scene and stuff like that to her, the crystal begins to spin faster and faster behind her. She tries pulling within your mind, and then she collapses in front of you.
I broke something. That was great.
Crystal's still spinning behind her super fast. This glowing purple light is now shifting through the room, and all of you outside that can see anything, you are all very much, if any of you guys are like somewhat elusive, you would see a shining, bright, shimmering light just pulsating out basically through, because everything is almost like screen paper and stuff like that, so this light would be very visual as it pulses out and spins, and it is rapidly vortexing around for a second. Vale, as you are in the room by yourself, and this crystal is spinning faster and faster, and she drops in front of you. It literally is just blinding you. You can't see anything within the room. There's this white light that is pulsating out. This feels familiar to you. This white light, this shimmering light of existing, pulsating power calms you and feels familiar before it dies down and the crystal stops and is just floating there in front of you.
As I come back to my senses from being blinded, my eyes readjust to the room. I go and help her up.
She is unconscious.
Try to wake her up. Little gentle shake, and then I call. I'm just like, how know what happened? What's her name again?
Violet.
Yeah, Violet.
Yeah, and Violet collapsed, even though I called her my aunt, but yeah.
I think I didn't step away from the room. Like, I stayed near the room, I think, especially since I kind of forced Vale back into there in the first place.
Right outside the door.
Yeah, I'm like right outside the door, so I'm gonna come in and be like, fuck happened. I'll rush over to Aunt Violet and just see what condition she is in.
She's breathing very heavily as Vale is holding her, but she's resting in a way that she's alive, but she is, like I said, breathing very, very heavily, and she seems to be in almost like a state of paralysis right now.
I'm gonna cast Greater Restoration.
Okay.
So that will be... It'd be a creature you touch. It's instant.
Mm-hmm.
One charm effect, or petrified. One curse. Or basically just...
Yep. Remove the condition that is affecting her.
Yeah.
Yep. As this warms her body and the state of matter, her hand raises up just enough that you can see it. It's shaking, pulsating back, and her eyes open wide. And as they open wide, and you are staring at her, Blaka, as you're casting in, you can see the stars within her eyes begin to pull back into her pupils as they form into the actual normal reddish gold eyes that she has as it pulls from the starry lights. And she gasps for air for a second and looks at you and just... That was fucking intense!
Went a little deep there, didn't you, Aunt Violet?
I didn't mean to, but... Whew, haven't done that. That's a rush, haven't done that in a while. But your friend, he is... one lost soul. I wish I could have helped him more, but the more I dig, there was something stopping me. Are you... And she, will turn and look over your Vale. Are you... Alright, son. Is everything... And she tries standing, and she had, a little bit of vertigo as she, is trying to shake and puts her hand up and tries to have, some stability and puts it on you, Blaka's shoulder.
Hey, you alright?
I need to get this scroll done for you. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. It's just... His head was intriguing. His mind was open, but he didn't realize it was. And I pulled in too far.
I have to thank you for going to such lengths for me. The most help that I've gotten since, well, I can even remember. I do truly appreciate it. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Alright.
With that, I'm gonna get us out of your hair. Let you do this. We're
Could-
gonna go help Bella cook dinner.
Can you call Tarek in for me?
Yeah, of course, Sam.
Alright.
Head out and
Yep.
send Telric in.
Alright.
Not forget my food, son.
Alright. And she begins working. Telric comes in. I will say at this point, it's probably been about an hour within you guys being back. You can start smelling some of the foods being cooked out of the kitchen. The smells of a spicy, very tender sausage that she requested is what she's been cooking. That's what she was making and preparing for you all was a sausage with a like cabbage side salad for all those that don't eat meat. There's also a smoked honey salmon and mutton, along with elven bread.
Just made me hungry.
Sorry.
You're like, damn.
Yeah. You do know what they say about elven bread. One
One bite will fill.
bite will fill the belly of a man.
What about second breakfast?
Lumba's bread?
Yeah, but it's lumpus bread. But it's elven bread, but...
The minute like Blaka walks in, and I'm like, Blaka, are we sure we want Wrench touching the airship? He looked at my gun for 2 seconds and he broke it.
He gets excited about things, but he will be fine. He'll be able to fix it up well.
Maybe I'll just tag along and make sure he doesn't blow the airship up while we're gone.
Okay. With that, you guys waiting for dinner? Anything conversation-wise?
No, I said I was going to help with dinner.
Okay.
I needed to verify that we got our armor back.
Not yet. You haven't gone back to
Not
town.
yet.
Alright.
From this point, I was like, you guys are staying here for the night, right? And was that the plan? Then
Yeah.
Going back in the morning?
Yeah, that was definitely the plan.
Let's go right till tomorrow. Tomorrow day morning, daytime trip.
Yep. Tomorrow, I was like, unless you guys have any conversation or small talk you want to get, we are going to go through the dinner process and wake up
I mean,
bright and early in the morning.
the only thing I would think is kind of telling Uncle Telric and Violet, like, our whole situation of what we've been dealing with.
Okay.
Recap montage.
Not going to obviously go into all the
This
details.
is not a recap episode.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, totally going to do a recap episode.
No. Okay.
Fight old fights over again.
Might as well. Keep fighting the same boss over and over to get the XP that's needed for the next area.
There we go.
Yeah. We're switching the campaign based off of it instead of goal leveling up now. We now
switching up
switch to XP. Sorry
Yikes.
guys, yeah.
No wonder hitting level 20 where the game right ends.
I know, right? Another 4 years. Okay.
I'm definitely gonna walk over to the Emperor. Just gonna look at him like kind of confused. And does the name Elmric mean anything to you?
I'm not entirely sure. In character, do you want me to roll for it, DM, or is this something that I do know?
I'll have you roll for it. Roll me a history check.
Alright. Actually got my dice roller up, so I'm good. Ooh, nice. Nice. 16 plus 6, so 22.
I will say the name sounds familiar based off of a case number.
one of the books that I flipped through in those tunnels?
Correct.
Okay. And I don't have that information on it. It's back on the ship. All of our in our war room. And I'm gonna be lost in thought. The Emperor's lost in thought for just a moment while he tries to reconnect it. I know that I heard the name, read the name. I'm sorry, you'll have to give me some time to think on it.
I miss you. Even you recognizing the name is plenty helpful.
Well, our paths must have crossed somewhere. Unfortunately, my brain was probably soup and yours was somewhere else as well.
Apparently, I can do that.
But how far back? You know, we've encountered the same people from the Azonklan military. I don't think you were actually a soldier there. But before that,
You have that book, don't you? Maybe something.
we have that
Cautious.
information is in the war room on the ship. We could double check it and check my notes again. I think it was in the same book that I cross-referenced the name Mr. Grimm, perhaps. And it was around the same time that I obtained this information.
We'll have to go back over that when we get the chance then.
Indeed, this is my understanding, the first person who's been able to get you to see what the hell we've been seeing.
It was a sight to see, for sure. And then it was a sight that I couldn't see, ironically.
This is definitely a curious situation.
Mm-hmm. Sion's gonna hop out of my backpack, jump on your shoulder, walk over to the other shoulder, and then just jump back over to me.
I boop it, Snoop.
Seems attached to you.
It's just my childish ways.
Fair enough. Acceptable. Damn that.
So, I didn't quite catch the eating. So are we eating in the next morning, or is this just kind of during...
Eating and then morning.
Okay.
So will we get technically a long rest for this then?
We are getting a long rest.
Okay, because my spell slots that I burned for nothing, I was pissed about.
It wasn't for nothing. And that happens, bro.
It was for investigating. It happens.
It was for a whole lot of nothing is what that was.
I'm sorry that you fail at your job.
I don't think I spent any resources since last long rest.
He's about as good of a detective as Aqua Teen Hunger Force was in the first couple episodes.
Yep.
And then completely
about-
implemented it.
You know what? You're about as good as an actor as fucking Rosie O'Donnell, because like you were like all hype and no. You're just all hype, my friend.
Stuck that landing.
Yeah.
Yes. Nailed it.
Way to land that
The
punchline.
early ones.
You think you just stand in comedy for a living, but here we are.
Way to date you all.
Drumrus, your buzz, my friend. It carries on over to the morning. Not really, but you can continue drinking. Otherwise, we'll have you roll me another con save just to see if during dinner if that carried over and if you're hungover today.
Oh, that's much better. That's 16 con save.
Con save. Okay, 16. I will say your stout stomach, well, your hardened stomach, your stout body, and you being a regular drinker, you are not hungover this morning. So
As soon
What
as
about the Emperor?
yeah, I was gonna say the Emperor tried sleeping off most of it yesterday. So
And I got the geyser to the face, so I was going to suggest that Kavara maybe give Drumrus the same treatment, because I feel great.
And Blaka, you're
Yeah, you got a guy
finally sleeping, so you can. It was like your level of exhaustion
It's gone. Yeah.
is gone. So, okay. Bright early in the morning, all of you gather your things. The first.
I think
Yeah, go.
you know how everybody's got their morning routine and stuff. I think being back with like the family and stuff, I would probably instead of doing just my normal like morning routine and stuff, I'd go out and train with TK.
Okay. Yeah,
I
TK.
would, I'm sorry.
TK would be out back. There is a couple different wooden dummies set up that he is notorious for practicing just basic martial arts through, and will do his morning like Kai to get his morning workout in. And yeah, you definitely can join him if you want. Helmet still on. Very Mandarin, like in Mandalorian. Yeah, no, that's a Mandarin. Mandarin. Yeah, no, Mandalorian. Doesn't take off his helmet like the Emperor used to be.
You'll never see me coming.
Yeah, just you can go through the warm up. I will have you roll. We will do unarmed strikes basically on the dummies there. Block. I'll have you roll me 3 attacks.
So 16, 23, and a 25.
As you begin to go through and you hit the first block and it does the spin, your forearm comes back up, and as you smack it in, it comes back around your final blast, which basically all 3 pins are spinning around. It's one of those poles, I can't think what the hell they're called, but you know, like the martial art spinning,
Yeah.
all 3 are spinning the same way, and as it does so, you basically do an upper, just swipe up, and doing so, you knock the actual, with the 25 for ending your attack. You've gotten a little bit stronger over the years, and these complex training that you used to go through when you were a teenager are very easy, and as you hit the very last one, a little bit of strength kicks in, and yeah, you basically knock this thing off the ground, and it slides into the grass. You hear a very slow just clap behind you as TK is very just impressed, and he's also, now fix it, and then he just walks away.
Gas mending. Repair it.
Everybody else in the courtyard getting ready for day trip back. I will say there is the awkward Farah that will come up to you, Atlas, and she will hand you a small amulet. As she holds it out and just. I wasn't watching you sleep last night.
Just take it? Thanks?
Insight check.
You could roll insight check.
I don't think I even need an insight check.
Yeah, you get a just call it the amulet of fair for right now until it's
Should
further.
I'll give a confused
that
wink,
thing
and it's like thanks. Like I think I'm going for it, but also I'm still not sure yet.
I'm gonna once again wingman to Atlas and put my arm around him like this and just be like, he'll be in touch, and I'll make sure that he is able to be legible in his handwriting as he writes you along the way.
It's fine, I know where he'll be. And she walks away.
And then I lean over to Atlas and go, before you put that on, do you want me to identify it?
Nah,
She just like,
I'll live my life.
I just kind of pat him on the back and he'll show off my tattooed Drumus and just kind of be like, yeah.
I'm confused by her sometimes. I trust her, I think.
We're gonna jump back to this map then.
Alright, one angle of fear I added.
I like how you're sideways there.
I was just thinking that.
The Emperor's drunk. Alright. Heading back into town. You guys, once again, travel the mile-and-a-half path around the side ridge through the forest that breaks apart as you get closer to town. The snow starts to pick up a little bit. It is a spring-ish day. It's very Michigan weather right now, where it's like mid 45, 50 degrees, where some snow is not quite melted off the ground. The fog has slowly lifted off as you are heading back towards the tower, where actually at the where's it at? The Cliffside Tavern and Inn is where Sella Samuels has been staying if she can't get into her current location of living, and she is waiting out on the front stairs as the group of you descend into town, basically. And she'll do like the slow wave as she sees you all and just good morning to y'all. Hello. I hope everything went all right last night. Did not sleep on a cot on the ground. Very comfortable.
Doesn't that have actual beds?
I need to go
No.
get my armor first before dealing with this shit.
They have traditional bed nets is what we rock around here.
Ah,
I do miss my bed though.
beds are nice.
Come on, bed mats are great.
No, bed mats are terrible, and now my back is like weirdly angled now. I almost flew back to the ship and slept there.
Can I, and it's this, is it Sealy?
You can call her Silly, Miss Samuels.
Okay.
It's
There we go.
Yep.
I'm gonna use 1 point of lay on hands and kind of do like a back crack, like a, there you go, right as rain.
You're actually trying to like just lay on hands and crack her back without her consent.
I did not.
Well, it's not weird. Maybe, yeah, don't make it.
It's pretty weird.
Swipe your hand off and just like, what are you doing?
I'm a professional, I promise. But
I'm helping.
Insight check.
well, it'll be. It's not deception. What's the other one?
Persuasion?
Persuasion. Plus 10. There. Let's go for it. 22.
She only rolled a 12.
Like he was being well. I mean, she doesn't understand that he means well. Like, how does that work?
No, she would be able to. Well, he would be honest enough in that she would be able to perceive, I guess. If he was deceiving her, then that was the other way. But anyways, all of you outside. Sealy Samuels leads you guys back towards the front of the tower, of the Mage Tower, and we don't have Wrench and Viro didn't come this time since there's all of you guys. So it's just Tedric.
So remember to grab the scroll from Aunt Violet before we walk down here.
She gave it to Uncle Tedric.
I do have it within my hand right here. But I think I'm gonna let my nephew. Do you mind?
Not a problem. I can handle it.
I think Gavar should cast a magical laser beam.
I don't. You have a couple of stakes on you just for when we go in.
Yes, of course. The hunter always comes prepared. Haven't I taught you anything, Blaka?
I mean, and while y'all talking about this, Kavar's gonna pull out her steak like, yes, I'm ready for last time.
I feel like Gavar just pulls out. I feel like Gavar would just pull like an actual steak out with like a piece of meat. Like,
Yeah.
I had my steak.
Yeah. Look at my meat.
But I will take the scroll and I will cast Disintegrate on this, on the wall.
Okay.
Hope we don't need our armor for what's behind this.
Everyone was trying to go get it, but he got pulled over.
Everyone just kept proceeding along.
Armor! Oh, you know.
Do you need a babysitter to go get your armor up, or just walk off and get it and come back?
Oh yeah, because that always goes well whenever I'm just shopping by myself and 2 people try to stab me in an alleyway.
I'll go with you.
Yeah, Kamar will go with you too.
Did someone else have an armor upgrade they were waiting for?
Temin.
Oh, okay.
Can we say I got one?
It was.
What?
I was like, what are you wearing?
I was being fair, but
I had just regular studded leather right now.
I'm trying to buy an upgrade.
Yeah, he could.
Yeah. I don't know what prices are. Plus one? What's the plus two? I don't know.
Plus 2s are pretty expensive, and they're about between. For the Mithril plus 2s, they were 65. Where's my list? The plus ones were 2,500.
I don't need mithril. Just regular studded is fine.
Okay. You have studded, which is your dex. I was like the next step up besides doing like a plus 1 studded leathered armor, because you're only proficient in light, right?
Yeah, I think you want
Yep.
to just like ask plus one.
Yeah.
No, actually, I am proficient in medium because of my.
Yeah, you're a fighter too. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
But I just need light armor.
Okay.
I think leather is medium.
Leather is light. You have padded
So
leather.
it's studded.
Yep. Leather, studded, and padded are all light.
Oh, wait, the mage armor is like cloth.
Yeah. But you can throw on a plus 1 leather for 25.
Plus one leather or plus one studded leather?
Studded leather.
You need 2,500, right?
Yes, 2,500.
Yeah.
No, 25 gold.
Cheaper,
Yeah.
cheaper than regular studded leather?
No. 2,500 plus 1.
Okay. 2,500 for a plus one. Yay, one more AC.
Okay. I will say you guys can pick up your armor before heading to the tower. Quick side detour. At the tower, though, I'm gonna have, if you're using this roll there, Blaka, roll me an Arcana. It's a Arcana DC save. I'm making an Arcana attack basically on the wall. Just make sure.
I'm
terrible at that.
guiding like an Arcana roll, but I'm gonna guide myself before I use it.
Okay. It's plus 9 on your roll too, from this scroll.
Plus 9.
Yep.
Oh,
from this
plus
When the roll is. Frickin' dice fell off. Well, I didn't need the guide because I was a 18 plus 3 plus the 9. So.
Go on, 30.
30.
30 would break it, so. As this ray, you scry out on the spell scroll, and it forms, basically a green light forms out in front of you, and you do the motion. Basically, the martial art training you did earlier today is the motion to send this spell out. How convenient, I know. What you practiced earlier sends out this bolt, and this green energy smacks that invisible shield, and as it hits, it begins to crack up through as it starts ripping through this this force cage that is going through the ethereal plane, and it begins to shatter out, and as it does so, it just begins to just disintegrate almost in like small glass pieces as it rips out, and the portal opens up, and the tower in front of you is now exposed. You get a little small clap from Miss Samuel. You did it! Wonderful.
I mean, there were those undead things and evil that we sensed in there, so it might be best for us to all go in and clear out the tower. Is there anything that you would know in there that might be able to harm us?
At the moment, no. That we didn't take care of before. But we were messing around with some portals.
Of course.
when you met, I'm sorry, but Shane was diving in and was very hushed because, you know, small town, don't want the word to get out, but he was learning and crafting on necromancy. So we had a couple dead bodies that had decomposed quite far, and we were reanimating and repurposing them for different experiments.
I'm hearing zombies. It's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah. Probably gonna have to deal with some undead.
Never knows the double tap rule, right?
We can deal with it.
Tim would probably just get cursed again, like last time he fought undead. As he always gets cursed.
Before I officially leave the smithy, if I can, I know I put down gold for crossbow bolts,
Yes.
but I don't know what I actually got out of that.
It was the...
I feel like some was silver, but I was looking to see if there was anything else.
It was the silver and the fire, basically, were the bolts they had.
Silver and fire, I'll take it.
They just took your money and laughed at you.
Yeah, laughed at you. You
Fair enough.
stupid bitch. What?
You thought you could just buy supplies?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, it was, yeah. The silver, it was the steel and wood, and then there was the, what was it? The dark wood was the other option on top of the silver. And then there was the fire. Dark wood are basically just lighter. They have same hardiness as your standard steel and wood ones, but they were silver tipped, so they do an extra they do an extra 1 point of damage on hit, basically. And then
Fire arrow, dude.
the fire arrow, if you look in your ammunition, it had to be put in as a copy through your crossbow. On successful hits, it deals an additional D4 fire damage.
Right on.
So, and the bolts, they don't cause splash damage, but the first burst isn't enough to ignite a target on fire. So it's just particularly like hits fire out, but it doesn't continue like to burn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's not like a explosion arrow or anything like that.
You have one explosion arrow though.
So.
I have a few useful tools, and I'm going to my inventory finding other shit, and I'm like, oh yeah, I still have that.
Oh, for that.
Right. Okay. And do I know is the quantity on the character sheets? I have a couple of
I put the quantity for Vel on his, but not on yours. No, I didn't.
Oh, alright. Not too concerned. I don't imagine I'm gonna fire 47 silver shots in the next Alright.
You never know.
Entering in the tower. Nothing on the first floor. As the door creaks open and you walk in, this main floor, spiral staircase up as you walk in, is the holding area, basically. Samuels will walk in and just kind of direct you all and, yep, space out, please. Like, I know it's a little quaint and tight and not that roomy, and if you look over there, that's a mechanical suit of armor that we normally have to protect us when we have intruders, but it seems to be fine and not really going off, which is odd. Over there, that's where we keep our magical stuff. And another portal. Have you ever used the bag of holding? I know, quite exciting. She's like very, very fresh, as you can tell within her wizarding studies. But do we head upstairs?
I'm gonna check out that suit of armor before I go anywhere if I can.
Please don't activate the suit of armor.
I'm just looking.
Yeah, that's what they always say right before it fucking attacks you. Haven't you ever played Chrono Trigger? Jesus.
I just tap on my mace and I'm like, wish a construct would.
in the construct.
Right. What did I say? Whatever. You know what I meant.
And the steel golem's eyes light up. I bet you like to try, wouldn't you? I'm kidding. They don't talk. And it doesn't light up. So
Nothing spectacular about it.
nothing spectacular about it. It is just a half, not even half plate. It is just a silver, or it's like dulled down suit of armor sitting on an armor stand. There might have been a joke within there that she delivered very, very dull and dead to you. You can make a perception check for me if you want.
Sure. Perceptions with advantage. So it's an 18. That's a 22.
She might have been fibbing about the armor.
As someone who studies, heavy plates in particular, I just kind of give her a as I'm looking it up and down.
Mm-hmm. So, Derek will walk over towards Timon. You said you saw lights flashing.
Indeed.
How many floors are there? There's 5 in total. I mean, second floor is kind of where we would eat, and that's where our table is. Third floor is our common room and beds. Fourth floor is the library, and the place of study. The top floor is where we normally conduct most of our magic, as it's the closest to the sky and away from harming that of nature and the ground and whatever else Chain would say, but
I would think that what I saw was on, it was on the 4th floor. Not the top floor, but it was higher than the middle, so it's probably around the library if I had to take off a recollection.
I mean, we can certainly check. Worry about Adrian, as, like I said, he hasn't answered and he locked me out, so...
Can you, so I can write it down one more time from the bottom up, tell me what's on each floor?
Yep, so you are in the holding area, or the cellar, first floor. Second floor is call it the kitchen, basically. It is where they would eat. Third floor is the bedroom, the sleeping area. Fourth floor is the study library. And fifth floor is the transmutation magic room of sorts. So.
Right, that's expected for the highest area in that
Correct.
tower.
Yep.
I was going to suggest Kavara, you should maybe reset your, I can scan for fiends and things, but your perception of it seems to greatly outshine mine, so maybe make sure they haven't increased, decreased. I don't imagine anything has gotten out, but perhaps something can get in if they're fucking around with portals and whatnot. We could be walking in and have way more than just this time.
Bara's just gonna look at the Emperor and be like, why are you scared?
I'm not scared, I'm never scared. I just like to be prepared.
I'll do it, but you sound scared, and that's not good.
I'm agreeing.
Now, me and this mace, you could call it a bone crusher, but I ain't never scared.
Alright, well, Kavara's gonna do her primal awareness then,
Mm-hmm.
to see if any more has showed up, or anything like that.
Come on, you and me, we're used to fiends. It's these guys that I worry about.
Still the same number.
I thought I had that written down, but I gotta take back to the notes again.
Well, knowing that, Kavara's gonna go over to Miss Samuels and be like, you stay close to me, I'll protect you.
Oh, thank
While
you.
we let them fight.
Oh. Fight?
Yes, there's friends upstairs. They might not be friends, but maybe.
Well, hopefully they're friendly.
Mars is just kind of like, we're gonna find out. But either way, stay close to me until then.
Three undead, 2 fiend is what I recall. I wrote it down because sometimes my memory doesn't really work as well as it should.
I'll take the lead up to the second floor.
I'll take in the middle of the crew as I usually do to span my aura.
So right behind me.
I think Mars gonna be in the back with Miss Sandals, keeping an eye on her, making sure nothing jumps at us.
Alright. Roll out Autobots. Do your formation.
Shouldn't Uncle be towards the front?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figure Uncle Tarek would be right behind me.
I will be right behind Uncle there.
So, Blaka, you're leading, right?
Yep.
I just put you guys in here, this way. You know, that's the upstairs. Who's behind Val?
Probably at that point, so I might be in the middle.
Okay. 10-minute Alice Drumus. Where are you guys at?
Oh, just go next, I guess. I was debating, do I want to steal that magic? The bag of holy nothing? Nah. On the way out, maybe.
And then you want to go after Drumus or before?
Yeah. I'll go after Drummers.
Okay. It's basically spiral-wise. I have
Right.
Samuel's here. Spiraling around, that's basically walking up. You guys get to the kitchen. You can... Blaka, you're the first one. Blaka, Vale, Uncle, Hedrick get to the floor. You guys kind of space out there. Emperor, Atlas, you guys all get up to that floor. You look around, and there's a smell of just, like, old food kind of, like, in the air. You look over at the table, and there are flies just swarmed around, like, some bowl that's just sitting out on the table, and just, like, just disgusting flies and larvae and stuff like that crawling out, just that food's been sitting out there for quite some time.
Gross.
Looks fresh.
Bill, you go eat it then. Go eat it if it looks fresh.
Well, you know, I prefer food slightly aged. Not fresh. Not that fresh.
I would like to check around and see if there's anything non-perishable. Something that lasts longer than anything else.
You walk over. If you walk over towards the shelf here, there is a bunch of cheeses, different cheese options, basically laid out.
Hey, cheese.
The bread next to it is molded over at this point in time.
Oh. No cheese.
There's none of it? None of it's good?
The cheese, yes. The bread, no. The bread is spoiled and is hardened, and some of it has started to turn green and white. There are 2 giant jugs of liquid, kind of next to where Kavar is at the back end of this half, and then the over the kindle fire right here, where the giant mixing cauldron that the coals have gone cold and is not lit anymore. Actually, it's kind of dark in here. I was like, probably should have said that. Any form of light has basically gone out, so...
I was actually going to ask how the lighting is, so I just cast light on the diamond on my helmet.
Yeah.
I was actually about to cast True Sight as well on myself.
Mars gonna also cast Produce Flame, just because it's more light.
Now it's just too bright in here. But the fire under, there's the cauldron of food that was heated up and made and prepared, and it's swarmed with flies as well over there. So it's been sitting for a while. There's a couple.
I feel like Temin, being the only human, would just be like, hey, can anyone light it up? And just me, Kavara, and Blaka all just...
Well, no, I cast True Sight, which is, like, only for me.
Yeah.
Oh, true. That's
For me and Temper are the same race also. Calstar.
Temper.
I just have goggles.
Temin's just walking. Temin's just walking around.
Tevin has
True Sight, yeah.
Tevin has True Sight.
I know.
nice. Alright, so I'm gonna pack up some cheeses in my backpack.
Yeah. You can add as
What is Skyrim?
it's Skyrim. No, it's I'm stealing this from Mike. Mike's favorite thing is to give out cheese wheels, but cheese doesn't go bad, so. But now there are a couple. We will say there are 3 Kobe Jack cheese wheels.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Good.
Kobe's good.
But is there anything we see, Temin and I would see on this floor with True Sight?
On this floor,
Because we can also see into the ethereal plane when we have True Sight.
correct. Not on this floor now.
You said there was also a cauldron.
Yep.
I'd like to investigate that with Kavara, see if we can recognize any of the, maybe what they're working on last.
You want to see what kind of stew it was?
I mean, is it like a food cauldron or is it
Yeah,
like
it's a food.
potion
It's a
cauldron?
food. It's a food cauldron.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I said it was covered in flies too, kind of like the bowl of food that was left out on the table next to the moldy bread.
Well, nothing's here that we can see. Continue on.
Onward.
Keep it in
Maybe
mind.
fly up there before we go.
Random with the information.
Sign out of the way. Down hand.
Walking on up, I was like, you literally can just grab you all. Doop. Kind of rotate maybe or something, but
Well, fuck the Emperor, I guess.
You just moved my guy back, so I think I busted his.
oh my god.
Whoa! That was cursed.
Holy
He's a tall boy.
Jesus. First day using Photoshop?
Oh no.
Trying to fix it. 1 second.
You guys, I feel so strange all of a sudden.
What was in that cauldron?
It was a magic cauldron, son of a bitch.
Sorry.
Soup?
Yeah. Sorry, you just looked at the cauldron and you failed to say it, so.
Tevin's like, hey man.
The mushrooms kick in.
Jeez.
3rd floor. You guys walking up in the same order. I didn't rotate you around basically, but
Yeah.
as you get up to this floor, Blaka being the first one up here, you would get up and you would see there are 3 beds laid out, and on top of one of the beds is the sunken in face, great hair slowly falling out, and in his dark purple and blue robes is the lifeless body of Adrian Chain. Music's too intense right now.
I'm gonna scan the room before I go over to the body. Is there anything else in the room of note? Especially with True Sight.
On the ground, close to the bed, is a journal. And a bunch of burnt over candles. But you also would see in the ethereal plane, as it's not supposed to be there, but everybody can see it, the magical hand there. So
Oh, I hate wall masters.
I know, right? At the top of the staircase to the 4th floor is where that currently is at, but
Only Timmy can actually see it.
yep.
Yeah, Temin would be able to see it. I'll grab the book. I'll pass it off to Vale. Be like, I'll point out the hand. Be like, don't go up the stairs right now. There is some magical hand at the top of the stairs.
There's a magical hand, and I have a book.
Yeah.
Again.
Just to see if you can find anything in the book. And I'm wanting to look at the body.
Yeah.
See how long he's been dead. See if I can find the cause of death.
Mm-hmm.
No, Kamara would actually help with that.
Alright.
The medicine check on the body.
Yep, medicine check.
Oh yeah, is that Kamara a doctor or some shit?
Yeah.
Pretty well.
She's an animal
animal
doctor.
She's an animal doctor, yeah. Not an undead doctor.
You can always work your way up.
Well, I'm glad I already have advantage on medicine checks because that was a nat 1 and a 19.
I got a 21 for mine.
So the 19 not die, but that is a 30, a dirty 30.
Dirty 30. Decomposure of the skin and facial tissue and the lack of in the hair follicles and the state of the body would suggest that he has been here for probably around 13-14 days. A little longer than what initially was told to Tedric by Samuels.
Well, Ray said ain't gonna work on him.
And she said it only happened within the last 3 to 4 days. That she couldn't communicate with him.
You said you were communicating with him only a couple of days ago. Oh, what was what was the cause of his death? Because that was one of the things I was looking for.
Low. I was like, low blood.
Does he have the classic puncture wound
He
to
has
the neck?
Yeah, he has the classic puncture wound to the neck.
I hate when I just run out of blood.
I hate when that happens too.
Well, we have a vampire here. That's for sure.
Well, hopefully you said that's your specialty. I'm gonna
Well,
do a little. Make sure that my crossbow's ready with a silver bolt.
I'm gonna flip through the book.
You know, Silver's more of a werewolf thing, right?
Yeah.
Silver's werewolves. I was like, I can't say anything. I'm not metagaming this shit. So.
I guess we'll rely on the old bonk bonk instead. Because
Got the joke,
everything
got
is weak to the bonk bonk. So holy unbelievable. I'm gonna start preparing myself mentally because I've never fought a vampire before, but like I deal with undead and shit, so I'm just trying to like retell myself, okay, here's what we do.
Kamara's gonna look at Blaka and be like, should I put this stake on him?
no. He's been dead for quite a few days. I mean, based off how old, how cold he is, and the rot setting in, he's been dead for at least 2 weeks.
Kavara.
How Samuel's talking to him?
I was gonna say, Kavara next to you, Samuel's now seeing her former master too, like, closes her eyes, looks away, and just, you can see just the upset and facial breakdown happening as she is now, like, she's thought it for a little bit, but she wasn't, she didn't want to say it was true that her former teacher and master had passed on, but you can see her emotionally just begin to like break down next to you, and just as you guys bring up the caboose to hear, and just and as she like looks away, and I can't do it, and she starts going back down the stairs to the second floor. So
She's about worthless to us now.
I want to say that Kamara should maybe escort her out.
She knows the way. She'll be fine. It's the daylight. There's not going to be any vampires coming from outside. Like, once she gets outside of here, and we've already cleared down below already, so she'll be fine.
Someone should follow her out just in case. They move very fast.
Oh, you know what? Kamara's gonna come up with an even better idea. She's gonna summon some panthers.
Nice.
All 8 of them.
All 8 of
Escort her
them.
out.
You're having Panthers escort her out.
Yes, pretty much.
Have your Panthers roll me a charisma save.
Oh.
That would be a 20.
A 20. Okay. As the Panthers come downstairs, she attempted to charm them, as she is attempting to frantically clean the kitchen right now, and she was trying to charm your Panthers to help her.
That's fine.
Eat all this bad food.
Pretty much.
Well, you know what? If she doesn't want to leave, I will just keep those panthers right there, kind of like, oh god.
You guys, I would say, at this point in time, you hear just a frantic, "Ah!" like scream from her as the Panthers come down, and like that's when she tried to like charm him, and just like, "What the hell!" Like as she's yelling up, and you can hear her muttered through the floor and stuff like that. But yeah, she is down on the 2nd floor right now, and she is frantically cleaning.
To make sure there's no confusion, tomorrow will be like, with her telepathy, like, hey, they're there for you. Emotional panthers.
Emotional
She
Panthers.
was quite annoying.
Oh, definitely felt some emotion with them.
Well,
What did you say
Yeah,
about magic hand?
who all can see the hand? 'Cause I can see it.
I would be able to see it.
Yeah.
Bars gonna be like one hand. He talked about.
I'll give you
On
that.
top of the exo, you know he's the dead token.
It's
Can I try and tell what type of magic it is? That the hand is?
Big B's giant hand, obviously.
Yeah. Bixby's giant hand. Atlas is one of true magic there.
Meanwhile, the Emperor's checking the beds, and he's like, "This one is too hard. This one is too soft."
The casting, I
That's
guess.
what I was thinking when we walked in here.
This portage is too cold.
Orange downstairs is too old.
Alright, so Black is checking out the hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Black is checking out the hand.
Kevin, you joining me?
There's
Yeah.
a spell club. It's called
I'm gonna
Big
join
B's
you
giant
in the
hand, I
hand
think.
job.
Hand is giant hand.
That's funny.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
Oh, it's just Big B's hand. It's not a giant hand. It is like super something. Like
Yeah.
What do you want us to roll on this?
Arcana.
I figured.
Yeah.
That is a whopping 6.
Nice.
Proud of you.
Fantastic.
You guys have to succeed yourselves because
Do I
No
see
pressure.
it?
Fam can't even see it.
I rolled a 4, so I did much better.
Guys,
Proud of you.
you're the only two who can see it.
I can see it because of True Sight. That's how I can see it.
I know. You're the only two that can see it, and you failed completely.
Can you?
You wouldn't even know that we failed it because you can't even see it.
Perhaps they're full of shit. Atlas, why don't you go check it out? You got good eyes.
I can't
think I'm
see
gonna look
the
up- I'm
hand.
just gonna
I don't
look
have
up
magic
anyway.
eyes.
You have a clue? No. We don't speak in this.
I.
No, man, I don't have magic eye.
No, Uncle. I don't have a clue what this is. You want to take a look?
Maybe there's a hint in the book.
I can shoot it if you tell me where it is.
Hey, I think that only who all can see it? Because Chris, can you see it?
I cannot, but I've been
Okay.
trying to.
It's just you and me.
Oh, so then would we have relayed this to them? That there's
Yeah,
a weird hand end and all that.
Oh yeah, I said it was there when we first came in.
All right, yeah. All right. I guess let's look in that the book. You brought the books, Vale.
There was a book that I was handed from, like, that was on the floor that I was given.
Yeah, let's see if we can find anything in there. But somebody that's better at doing checks should probably look into it.
Investigate the book? Is that what I'm doing?
I mean, if it's an investigation check, I'm pretty good at investigation.
As am I.
But is it an investigation check? Al?
You're opening up the book and looking it over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Book's binding is a thick leather matted over. The top of it has a octagon shape basically on the front of it, but it is just rippled over. There's no text on the outside of it at all. Flip open the book. It seems worn and through many years of use. Flip through the first couple pages. They're all blank.
This is like some magic ink bullshit going on here, I bet.
I mean, True Sight might be able to see.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
Depends on reading instead of like.
Yeah, Vale's reading right now, so.
Like, yeah, it's blank. There's nothing written on anything.
Can I take a look?
Sure, have yourself.
I see this before. We need to get a charcoal rubbing, and it'll show what was erased.
So I can't see it, but they can, and they describe what it is. And I'm pretty knowledgeable in the arcane. Have I ever heard of something like this?
You can make an arcane check.
While he's rolling that, would you want me to roll investigation on that book, Al?
Yeah.
And I'm proficient in it, so let's see if I can fuck this up.
I got a 19.
Certainly trying. 24 on the investigation.
24 investigation. It is blank. Even with True Sight. A 19 on the Arcana check. School of Magic, Evocation. You've heard of the spell, as one Avamera had done it a couple different times. So you do know it is a force effect basically, and has 4 or 5 different forms of use, but it is a giant fucking hand. But it is invisible right now, as it is not entered into the plane of existence that you are in.
Okay. I could attempt to cast this, dispel the magic. Maybe
Might be a little hard without you being able to see it.
I'm willing to try and navigate it. Not saying it won't be difficult, but when the attempt is there, can't you do the same thing? I feel like
Yeah.
I've seen you do it before.
I could try and dispel it as well.
Do that.
It's a different.
What the hell am I telling
I
you?
can't say that. I don't
How
know
to
magic, but I know the spell magic is touch range. Or is it
Do we
30?
still have that lantern of revealing over and over?
That is true. I can pull it. I have that. I'll pull up the lantern revealing so everyone can see the fucking hand.
And that's when the soundboard.
Oh, there it is. Oh, amazing.
Jermis is just like, what the fuck are you guys talking
You guys
about?
were losing your mind.
Thought you all lost it there for a second, but no, there it is. Hey, I'll do.
Maybe Drummer should hold the damn thing. I mean, if nobody else is going to use it.
It's true. It'd be better for Drumris or Atlas to have.
I vote Drummer. There you go. And I just kind of blank it and hand it over to him.
I'll look at Atlas. I'm like, nah.
I don't want to do that. I got lines. That's all yours.
Oh sure. Oh sure. Oh, look at this. It's so cool.
Drumris, if I wanted the lamp, you couldn't stop me from taking it.
Oh, it sounds awful like a sore loser over there, Mr. Unpopular. I'm just kidding with you, Alice. Yeah, I know. I'm actually surprised I still have all of my valuables on me.
I want to steal from you guys. There's much more richer people to steal from than you us.
There's those I don't have any value.
But not richer in heart.
That's true. Drumus, you are the heart of this
For
group.
sure, and helping me stay alive. So.
He wears his heart right there on his chest, and I poke him in the mom tattoo. So, Blaka, have you done the thing yet, for fuck's sake?
I'll cast a spell magic at 3rd level.
Okay. It is.
If it's higher, I just have to roll.
It is higher. Yep.
So the DC is obviously 10 plus the spell level. So.
Obviously.
And it is me using my spellcasting modifier for it.
Mm-hmm.
Which then is a nat 20 plus 5 for 25.
No.
Probably, maybe enough. Unless a Titan casts this spell.
Yeah, no, it would do. Dispel it. You don't want to
Watch
do.
out to be like, ha, idiot, you need a 26.
You go with a 12th level spell.
Where's it at?
This hand was made to smack your bitch ass back down them steps.
The hand started
It's very reminiscent of like N64, Mario 64, when you're running up Bowser's fucking stairwell that never ends, you know?
Mhm.
You know, that's kind of like that. It's like you run up the stairs, bitch ass, get slapped.
I just see the wall masters from Legend of Zelda flying off the walls, grabbing you and bringing you back to the start of the dungeon and making you restart.
Scared the fuck out of me.
It is annoying more than anything else. Constantly.
Dude, when I was a kid, they terrified me. I fucked Forest Temple, dude. I did it last.
The Bigsby's hand with a dispel magic of that high would fizzle out. And there would be a cackle. You done a dance of my riddle. Gone.
Fuck riddles.
I had a feeling that maybe you could communicate with it, but I never. They can talk shit.
You guys, I mean,
Never seen a hand talk?
Yeah.
Okay, let's be honest though.
Yeah, I've heard it before, but I didn't know that it applied to such arcane.
Us in riddles is a terrible idea. We would have been here for 4
Hey,
hours.
we saw like 4 riddles getting the airship.
it's very true.
Yeah, nobody said that they were a Ravenclaw, so I'm glad we're not doing riddles right now. Well, I mean, me too, but like in the context of now,
I know.
I just let out a deep sigh.
Fuck, I'm a Hufflepuff.
I know, Hufflepuff for life.
Really
We
underrated.
were the
I
Azkaban party.
Mustache.
It's truly an underrated art form.
But dispelling the hand, I would continue leading us up.
Okay.
I will continue following.
And I will also.
Whoa! Hello.
Fighting avenues.
Oh, now we're getting somewhere.
I told you that the magical mist juice or the magical word spelling or change or whatever on the ground.
Everybody move your character last second as I was dragging him.
Ah!
I love how Alice's picture is upside down.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're gonna say
As a
anything.
token.
Atlas is doing cartwheels.
Cartwheels for
Whoa.
days.
What's that?
Some pretty cool animations there, Al.
Thanks.
Yeah.
There's some shit going on in this room.
It's gonna kill us.
So we should be in the study now. Yes.
Correct.
Library, I think is what it was.
Yeah.
Library study, yeah.
Library study. It's where all the fun happens.
The book place.
The book place.
The books.
Indeed.
If you're a nerd.
What do we see?
All right, walking up, you see flying books back and forth between shelves.
Oh, so it's Fantasia.
As they are flying back and forth, you see a main desk with different parchments laid out. There is kind of a separating wall that is the continued staircase, so it is its own, like, almost separate room in a way. While on the bookshelves, there are different skulls and vials of different assortment, some small crystals within a couple of the shelves. You can see what seems to be an alchemy small setup left and right of the table. There is a glass orb sitting on the table next to the parchments. And besides the books flying back and forth, there is a streamlining, swirling purple that is just constantly moving. It is in and out. It is spiraling around. It seems to be, as you can kind of see, just a continuous spinning right now. And where Atlas's token is, there is, it's technically supposed to be a little bit over.
It is also the black, like the unrevealed area is still underneath the swirling effect. I don't know if that's for everyone or just me.
I usually refresh your page.
Yeah, refresh your
Sometimes
page.
Breaks
Yep.
that way.
Yep. I didn't know if it was affecting everyone or if it was just
Couldn't do it
being
either.
done for me.
Yeah, no, effects just break sometimes.
Yeah, you have to reload them, and I have to get
Vale, what I tell you, not to take the dead body with you.
whatever. The dead body, yeah, that stays back here. Sorry.
Hey, dude, but
The chains are supposed to be higher to the left.
We'll just worry about it. Just bring him with us.
I
Yeah.
love that homegirl just bailed out when we could have used her to be like helping, be like recognizing
She's
magic.
Like, is this weird magical stuff normal, or?
The panicking effect, not panicking, but like her spontaneous needing to clean. But as all of you guys get up to this floor, this swirling around, think. 1 second, I gotta read. I think all of you guys will be okay, but I still need a. Where's my freaking save? Why doesn't it tell me? Where's the lowest HP?
Not I.
Yeah, definitely not me.
Whoa.
Pretty chunky.
We'd all be at max right now, correct? Because
Correct.
Sorry, who's lowest max?
Yeah.
I guess probably Kavar. She's a druid slash ranger. Right?
Lara has 141.
That's not the lowest by any
that's
means.
probably me.
She rolled hot dice. What do you got?
No,
Tyler?
I'm 108.
108.
I
Okay.
think it's the lowest.
well, you're dead.
No.
It's above power kill. It's fine. You need lower 100 to get murdered by power kill.
I mean, I'm a merciless DM, let's be honest.
He's gonna do a shoot with an arrow, do 8 damage, and then get power killed.
So who is it then? Is it Tevin?
I think it's Devin.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Yeah, he rolled like D6s all the time.
Kavara has more health than me?
Kavara's a tank for some reason.
That was the first thing I saw when I pulled up Kagara's character sheet. I was like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
That ranger side of her.
But Rangers only roll a D10, and you don't have like that many ranger levels.
And then the druid's like D8, so. And they have been very kind to me.
I think I was like, you don't, because your HP is higher right now.
Alex, we got our equipment back before coming here, so my bracers
Good.
are like what, +2 now than what they were?
I think that's what you upgraded to, yeah.
Alright, because I don't know how I can modify that. Like,
You guys are so high level that even with this thing being like crazy upcast and stuff like that, amplified by the room, your HP succeeds the sleep effect that would have taken place.
yeah, we're fucking G's.
Yeah, it's
that's
hard
what's
for sleep
up.
to work at higher levels.
It is hard for it to work. I mean, it was upcast because of the layer, basically, but it was 98 is what I
No, it's not gonna anybody.
rolled. So, but yeah, the charm effect begins to make you feel a little sleepy, Temin, as you're bringing up the middle, and this light basically moves through you for a second, but that drowsiness completely leaves your body for a second as the charm is still going around and spinning within this room, but yeah, the drowsiness that began for you slowly pulls back, and you seem to be standing okay. But there is like I said, to the left of the desk, and I can't move the chains for whatever reason. The magical chains that keep appearing there, they're supposed to be on top of that. It's supposed to be like a little like cedar chest, like a bench chest kind of thing, but
The chains are blocking it.
but the chains are blocking it.
Just
Blaka,
because that thing is going to keep on going, if I may, I would like to cast Dispel Magic at 4th level
Keep
on
it-
the...
no, dispel the chains first. We break into the chest.
Oh, well...
There's a loot inside the chest.
Alright, hold on. Do I need
Sort of thing's already
to...
not
It's
a
within 120 feet, so I will cast Dispel Magic at 4th level
Okay.
on the chains.
I'm gonna need a roll from you then.
Okay, so it's at 4th level, 4th or higher, automatically unaffected spell if it's equal to or less than okay. So I'm just rolling a d20, I do not know what I'm adding.
You add your
Your,
magic,
your spell
so
modifier.
your charisma.
Spell modifiers plus 4. Okay. 17.
17 is just enough
Nice.
to dispel it. Can I grab it, please?
Probably not. Nope.
Moved it for a sec.
I got it.
Do be sure to investigate for traps beyond the whatever.
Yeah. I'll investigate for traps. No, I'm investigating for traps. Get out of here. Already.
Oh,
You're telling Blaka how to use
It was right next to me. I'm over
They
there.
forgot how to do their damn jobs for a minute.
Alright.
I don't want to be doing everything going in.
Alright, fair enough.
It's like not available. Like, no, I'll investigate for traps. I'm over.
Oh, I need to go back.
He just goes up and kicks it.
Let's
I feel like Blaka would open chests like Kratos, where he's just like,
Slams the hammer
Punches.
into it.
Right.
Slid in.
punch it through the top of it, or rips out whatever he wants.
Can I get a... Just deleting that at this point in time. I don't know if this is the order. Let's do... I was like, based off... Atlas. Can I get a wisdom saving throw from you?
I don't want to for this. Do 17.
17's a fail.
Yikes.
You are under the charm person effect. So, you hear a small whisper to your ear. And it just says, "Come here."
I think I might have advantage on wisdom. I think it's supposed to be against charmed effects.
Okay. Yeah.
It's Kalish, I think it's a Kalistar thing I've never used before in my life. That's why I love the 18, so I won better. Still failed.
It is still a fail.
No, I tried.
Yeah.
does any of us recognize that he got charmed?
I was gonna say,
What did the person say to me first? Sorry.
"Come here and dance, puppet.
Oh no.
Put on a show for me."
Oh no.
Oh, well. So I need to know a rules as written kind of thing.
Yeah. What do you need?
Cleansing touch. You can use your action to end one spell on yourself or on one willing creature that you touch. Would he technically not be a willing creature?
He would
He's
technically
charmed.
not be a willing creature.
Okay, well then I will.
So yes.
If I know that he is charmed, I'll do something else.
Atlas, standing within this room and study as you guys are dispelling this chest in front of you, begins to just break out in what kind of dances does Atlas know?
I mean, I don't know why I can't have. I just picture him like square dancing, which doesn't make any sense. But that's all I can picture.
I know.
I think dancing.
So Atlas begins.
Like grabbing his dog.
Yeah. begins to start dancing and slowly making his way. You have to move all your movement towards the staircase, so I'm going to put you there.
At least it's pretty obvious that I don't think it's gone around.
So Atlas burst out in the dance, you guys.
I'm gonna assume with dispelling charmed magic and him walking away from a treasure chest while dancing that something is wrong here.
Yeah, that's not a very Atlas
So-
character.
I'm gonna attempt to charm him back.
I think Drumris is loving it though. Oh, look at you go! Oh, that shite, that's pretty good.
No, I think Kamara would be like, why is Atlas dancing? I'm gonna join him. So Kamara's dancing right now too.
He's like, this way right around.
I love it.
I'm gonna cast Charm Person. I'll just do it at first level, because increasing the level only just increases the targets you can hit with it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't like make it stronger. So I'm gonna try and pull him back, basically.
Do you roll wisdom save?
Yep.
Or take advantage of all wisdom saves. So I'll roll 2. I rolled pretty trash. I rolled 2 and an 8 for +5, 13.
Yeah, Wisdom saves 18. So if you fail, that means I charm you.
Yeah, unless spontaneous dispel magic on your magic hits first.
Yeah. Counter spell.
You got countered spelled, my friend. So as you begin to stop and you begin to cast out your spell,
I don't know if I want to be charmed by the Emperor, so I don't know. Maybe it's for the best.
where is he at? Teleporting into the room. Standing, I want Atlas next to him now, but that's fine. Well, actually, technically, we're going to have him coming down the staircase. Teleporting within the room. Forming is a paled elf man, black slick back hair, wearing dark robes, like,
I don't know, I could have re-rolled that twice.
yeah,
Oh well.
walking next to Atlas, slowly sliding his back of his hand down by your face as he walks down the stairs. Sees Kavar dancing too. Little surprise within the action of yourself, and just tis tis tis. I was having such a good time here by myself. You know, not dealing with you mortals, but here we are. You won't even let me have a little bit of fun. I see that you got into Chain's tower, so you must be of some use, but... And as he says that, he will slide, like, very quickly. Almost like black, like smoke. Slide past the Emperor towards Uncle Tarek. Just... You have been quite a problem lately, killing my comrades. I see that you brought some of your friends. I'd be ashamed if I took their lives too, wouldn't you say so?
Okay, upon him doing a threat, can I do something in one action?
Wait, I was like, you just did an action, so...
Alright, okay. Alright.
So... But no. I don't think you're leaving here today. Let's play a game, why don't we? And I need everybody to roll initiative.
Dun.
Fucking dice.
Got 23.
One second, let me
Already
do...
got 10.
Alright. I'm going to just go down the list of everybody I have here for a moment. So, Tevin, you're first on my list.
8. Not good.
Blaka,
15.
Atlas,
I got 29.
Drumris,
10.
Alright, Drumris and I are bringing up the rear.
the Emperor,
30-20.
Vale,
23.
I should should be Vale initiative for once.
Kavara?
10.
And Kavara, nice.
Is that every?
You know what? You gotta have an anchor to like take care of business. We're the anchor.
That's right.
Where? That's crazy. Okay. Sending.
Oh.
I forgot to put these guys in the initiative. As he says, you want to like dance kind of thing, like let's play a little game. From the bookshelves and all like within the ground themselves, rolling together to form two skeletons will form. So they were not completely put together; they were spread across the room. I need to add turn. That's what I'm trying to do. Dang. I don't like that dice anyways. Good thing it's one of those guys I rolled in at once, so. Alright. Atlas, you are up first with the foe on deck. So.
I guess I need to shoot somebody.
Yeah.
Sorry, just pick someone at random.
Yeah.
Because I'm charmed still. Let's go roll. There's 3 people in front of me. Let's go roll a d6. So 1, that's for Tevin.
Alright.
Does a 20 hit Tevin? Not that, but a 20.
Yeah, it'll hit. Yeah, my AC is 19.
Oh, minimum damage for 7.
So, Atlas still charmed standing on the staircase. Was that your pistol?
Yeah, because I was like, bam!
Yep.
Bam!
Bullet comes shooting out at you and hits your shoulder.
Wait, I'm gonna react to that and catch missile. Because I can
Monk.
catch projectiles.
Yeah.
To lower the damage.
Yep. Roll.
I think it's automatic because you like add your monk level.
I think
it's automatically cancelled.
I think your minimum that you can do is what? What's the minimum damage you have on that?
I think you roll like a d10 to add your monk.
It has to be like pretty damn high if I remember right.
Yeah, that's like 10 plus your monk level or something like that, isn't it?
And you roll a die and then you add your monk level.
Correct.
Yeah.
Deflect missile.
His monk level's not that high though, so.
When you do so, you take damage from the attack is reduced 1d10 plus 11.
Oh yeah. So it's just automatic.
You reduce it all, you could try and throw it back.
Why
I
would
don't
he
need to
do
do
that?
that.
Why not?
Well, him taking damage would potentially break the charm.
Well, hopefully I can.
Yeah, but I could just punch him in the face. It'd be way more satisfying.
I either rolled the end of my turn though. It was before anyone could punch me in the face. Then yes, I rolled it.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a 19 plus 6, 25.
That will save.
Okay. And I was like, the minute she turns, like, I'm back, don't punch me, I'm fine. Do not hit me. I'm
I know
fine. I know what's happened. I'm fine.
But I did deflect that missile and all that damage, correct?
Correct.
Because it wasn't very high. So yeah. All right, cool.
All right. Atlas's turn. We go to the vampire, who is within Kavara's reach. So, his hand as he's tilting back and he looks over at you, Kavar, he will step up, and as he does so, blade basically just forms out of blackness and he will stab up at you. So 29 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Uh, 15, 17, 23 points of force damage, and 8 points of acid damage from his first attack. And as he pulls the blade back out, he will swing it back around for his second attack, which is another 29.
That hits.
10, 17 points of force damage, and 17 points of acid damage. And then as he does his attacks, he will use... he'll hold. I'll hold off on that for him right now. That will be his turn. So we'll go to Vale.
Yay. I'm going to use one of my starlight steps and go right here. And I'm going to take out Stinger and go for a green flame blade attack on the skeleton.
Skeleton.
Hasn't acted yet, so I get advantage.
Tight room.
And 24.
24 would hit.
Yay! So, yeah, damage from the stinger is 11 slashing, then it does 2d12 poison.
I hate to say it. You can roll it, but they are immune to poison, so...
Ah! Oh well, that's fine. Good to know. Green flame blade part. 3d8 plus my 2d10, so 25 fire damage. And then the sneak attack for 19 more slashing damage.
Okay.
And the vampire is within 5 feet, so I'm going to have the green flame blade jump over to him too.
Okay.
Well, rolls on that one. Well, rolls on that one. 15 plus my modifier, which is only 1. So, 16 fire damage to the vampire.
Got it. Yeah, as it bounces over to him, he's in your Victorian-styled garb, basically, you know, your traditional-looking vampire aesthetic. And as the flames basically hit him and catch like the corner of his garbs in smoke, his shoulder, he just brushes the flames off. That wasn't very nice of you at all.
Before you say another thing out, I'm just gonna bow out now because I gotta. It's basically now, and my turn's the very last one. So
I know.
I will see you guys when I see you next time.
Yeah.
I guess.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Have a good one. See
Hey,
ya.
bro.
All right. I will leave my camera on. I'm just gonna mute my mic and all that stuff.
Cool.
Or I'm gonna turn the camera off, but actually no, I shouldn't do that. I'm just gonna mute it.
Yeah. I was like, we don't have much longer anyway, so I was like, I'm basically probably going to get down to you. And I was like, we're going to get everybody their first round in, and then we'll probably end around there. So I'll stop right at you, so you can actually do your stuff. Was that the end of your turn, though, Vale?
Yeah.
That was a yes?
Yep.
Okay. I need a wisdom saving throw from you.
Yeah, that's a fail. I got a 4.
Wait, damn it, you're just out of range. Otherwise you have possibly a bonus on spells.
He is using one of his legendary reactions after you've caught his garb, and he is going to dominate person and charm you.
You would have advantage to avoid charm conditions, though.
It is a charm effect, so you can roll again.
Please. Yeah, it's a 9. Still a fail.
Yeah. So you are under the charm effect, and you have a telepathic link between this vampire now, basically, and you have to obey his simple commands and attack gestures until further notice, basically.
Cool.
So.
Well, that changes my plans again.
Let's do. You're in love with the vampire right now. But that would bring us to the Emperor with one of the skeletons on deck.
I just realized that if I'm trying to charm, if you or one of your companions are fighting, it's with advantage. For counter that. Anyway.
Pretty just opposite. I think it's supposed to have. They're supposed to save with advantage if you're fighting them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I was originally going to do Magic Circle, but that takes a minute to cast apparently, so fuck that idea. So, because I am aware of what we are facing here, I know that I can possibly uncharm them. We got to deal with that, but first, I got something else. And I'm just gonna slam my mace up against my shield, and it's gonna glow golden. And suddenly, every one of the room's weapons are gonna glow a bit too, because it has a 30-foot radius for Crusader's Mantle. Everybody will do an additional 1d4 radiant damage. Well, allies, so technically not Vale.
Yeah.
And from there, since I don't really have much of a bonus action at all, I'm gonna stay. Actually, I am gonna use my bonus action, and I'm gonna Misty Step, if I can, right to here, and get my 4 of my friends here. One, that might draw more attention to myself, which is kind of the idea.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, that would be my turn.
Okay. We then go to skeleton number 1, which is next to Teldrick. This thing's going to make 2 claw attacks at Teldrick. It's a nat 1 on the first roll, and 18 on the second, which is going to hit.
Which one's it attacking?
Teldrick.
Oh.
So, 5 slashing damage to him, and he can grapple. He will attempt to grapple. Cool. And Teldrick is grappled by the skeleton, as it has a grapple effect from this. So that is his turn. As you see your uncle in front of you, basically the skeleton with 4 arms slash, and the bottom 2 arms will grab your uncle and start pulling it back towards them. We go to Blaka.
I'm double checking something really quickly. Alright, I'm going to step past my uncle to the middle, right next to the vampire. As a free action, I'm going to use one of my channel divinities for, well, actually no, as my action it is actually. I'm going to do Destroy Undead, which is also Turn Undead as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, any undead that is a CR4 or under is instantly destroyed.
Yep.
Within a 30-foot radius of me. And anything higher than that needs to make a wisdom save or be frightened.
Okay.
This shit is called Destroy Undead and it just scares them?
Well, it's Turn Undead and then Destroy Undead is part of it at a higher level. At level 17, anything CR and under, just killed.
Okay, so does this hit the skeletons too, or just...
Yes, this will hit the skeletons and the vampire.
Okay, I was like, that's not very impressive.
This skeleton is frightened. The other 2, the vampire and the other 1 save.
I am actually going to use my reaction with the Mind Life Gem and give the vampire disadvantage.
And their banners. I don't have anything for... That's fine. Disadvantage?
Yes. And I will also give advantage to Uncle Telric for any ability score or save or attack he wishes to make in the next minute.
Okay. Copy that.
Bonus action. Spiritual weapon. At... We'll go 4th level. Next to the vampire.
Yep, I figured.
Swinging.
Concentration at Blaka. So also he's still in fault, so I'm taking advantage of it.
For a 25 to hit.
25 hits.
That's great damage. Force damage.
Um, 19 force. Okay. He can hold his charm effect. At the end of your turn, he will use another one of his legendary actions to do a weapon attack at you, Blaka.
Yep.
I believe that misses with a 17, though.
That does.
So, that is his action. We go to Teldrick, who is grappled at the moment by the skeleton. He will. He will do his own spiritual weapon. No, I'm thinking about it. Let's do. Honestly, I'm probably going to just do his own spiritual weapon. 15 feet around here.
Spirit Guardians.
Yeah, I think he'll Spirit Guardian, honestly. 15. There's going to be a lot of freaking auras on here. It's going to be weird. We're going to go Baby Blue with him. Spirit Guardians on Teldrick. And then Spiritual Weapon bonus action attack the skeleton holding him right now. That's going to hit. For 13 damage on the skeleton.
Is Radiant.
Yep. What one was it? That is the one that has been hit. Okay. Still standing. He has to try to break out, though. That's the one thing out of the grapple. That's a freaking nat 2 right there.
He has
He does
But he does have advantage. Yeah, I was like, that's a 3.
Well,
He is still.
like,
Great use of that advantage.
I thought your uncle was supposed to be cool.
He's buff, but he is currently stuck. We go to
Stuck
Groom.
by a skeleton.
Yep, we go to Groomers.
So that skeleton. What's going on with that skeleton? That's north of Emperor.
The one that he's frightened. I just.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to find my my scared logo.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure it wasn't something that if I hit him
Nope.
or caused bodily harm that it would go away.
No,
so
he's-
it's perfect, actually. Yeah.
It's the end of his turn, he can re-roll, but
Yeah.
Okay. If he makes it that far, which we'll see. So, Drumus, kind of holding his hammer, and he'll kind of put his shield buckler to the side, hold the hammer two-handed. Because he's been thirsting for combat for a while. Holding it two-handed, bonus action, Spirit Shroud, the golden energy, kind of a small radius, I think 10 feet, 15 feet, something like that, around
it's
him.
10 feet for Spirit Shroud.
Yeah. And is, with that bonus action used, is going to waylay into this skeleton for as many attacks as can withstand. I think I've got 3 attacks now, yeah. Sure, yeah, I've got 3 attacks now, so start out attack number 1.
Sorry, I just had
that is 31 to hit on the first one.
31 on the first one hits.
Okay. Gonna be 10 points of bludgeoning damage and a little bit of extra cold damage. Okay. And an extra 8 points of cold damage on that first one.
Oh. Still standing.
Alright, second attack. 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Okay. We've got 11 points bludgeoning damage and 3 points cold damage.
Don't forget you're adding on radiant damage to all of these too.
You
Oh,
do
yeah.
D4 extra Radiant to each.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Let me, so on that first attack, an extra 4 radiant. On the second one, an extra 3 radiant.
Got it. He is bloodied.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna make this final one a distracting strike using my fighter maneuver. So I'm gonna use 1 superiority die, and I get to add damage to it, and that'll also mean, if I hit, of course, that the next attack against the skeleton will be at advantage.
Okay.
Okay. I got a hit first. Let's see. I think that's gonna do it. 18 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Okay. Okay. And my superiority dice are now. Okay. Let's get the bludgeoning damage first. So the total bludgeoning damage, and this is with the superiority die, is 19 bludgeoning damage, another 8 points of cold damage, and the 3 points of radiant damage. And if it's not dead, then the next attack against it will have advantage.
It is not dead. It is still hanging on.
Yeah, and so Drumish is just like 2 hands, just like I don't know, like carving at it, breaking the bones as much as possible, just
Yeah.
laughing the whole time.
Literally, as you're smacking this thing, these things have 4 grippling arms. You are able to completely just disintegrate in one of its arms. I almost said femur, but that's the leg. But one of its 3 arms, basically bones, arm flips out as you just shatter it completely. So now it only has 3 current arms. But yeah, you're able to smack in a couple ribs that crack, and then coming back through, you take off one of its arms.
Yeah, I'm not going to use any movement. I'm sticking right here.
Okay. Not enough people are dancing. We are going to use our 3rd legendary action to make an attack on. We'll go Blaka still, based off my roll. It's a 27 to hit you, Blaka.
That hits.
Oh, technically, I have disadvantage. It's a 24 to hit you, Blaka.
Still hits.
Yeah, I was thinking, can I roll for Kavar's arm real quick? I keep forgetting I have that thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's not even help Blaka. That was even, so.
Okay. It's going to be 19 force damage and 5 acid damage to you, Blaka. And then we go to Kavara.
Still have true sight up.
Alright, well, first thing Kavara would do is go to pop Sorry Form.
Okay.
Archer. And then at 6th level, we're going to use Guiding Bolt on the vampire. All radiant damage. Does a 29 hit?
29 would hit, but it's going to attempt to negate spell for its reaction. So, you're using this at 6th level?
Yes.
I have to roll for it. Charisma.
Temin would do it, but I know Temin has a counter spell.
I know. He can try. He only has a couple slots though, so. But charisma check against the spell level. It's a 25 is what I rolled for negate spell.
So, would that stop it?
It would stop your spell.
Unless Temin counterspelled it, we don't know if Travis would or not.
I don't know what's happening. It's drastic.
I don't think so either. But
Yeah, I don't think it would.
you guys can make the call for Temin.
No, I don't think
Real
so.
quick, text him.
Yeah. Travis, negating spell or no?
I feel like if you saw Kavar about ready to blast the shit out of him, you would make that happen.
I was just 1 point away from the match 22.
I know.
That'd have been worse though if we got counterspelled and you crit on it.
That's why I had to do something evil, and I've been holding off for some bigger spell for him to negate. But yeah, as you would form your spell and just, hush, child, he would point out and basically form a sigil, and your sigil that you're forming out would just get crushed down.
What spell are you casting again, Cameron?
Guiding Bolt. at level 6.
Here, I just texted Travis real quick, so we will see.
Well, I'm still going to use the starry form to attack him as well.
A bonus action.
Yeah, bonus action attack.
That would be a 16.
16 misses him, unfortunately.
I'm going to use my omen since it was even.
Yep.
How about a 22?
22 does hit him.
Cool. And that's going to be 17 radiant damage.
And then add the +4 from the Emperor.
Oh, yeah. +4, so 20.
Well, D4. D4, sorry. Add,
D4.
Yep.
Gotcha. Oh, that would be a 4, so
Okay.
21, yeah.
Got it.
First time I've ever cast it, and people are rolling 4s and shit. Like,
Yeah.
Very happy about that.
No reply from Travis, so...
Yeah, I figured.
Wait,
Go roll into Travis's turn,
That
see...
sounds like a yeah to me.
Yeah, it sounds like a yeah to me.
I don't think that would have done it.
Counterspell, counterspell.
What was
Yeah, it's...
This fight's just started. He's going to burn one of his 2 spell slots.
I know, that's why I'm
Do
thinking.
that.
I was like, I don't think Timon would burn a spell slot quite yet, so.
Yeah, we'll see, since it's his turn anyways, we can just find out.
Correct.
Just remember, you guys are at 6th level, Koro.
Yep.
I'm just glad I didn't waste it on my 7th level spell slot.
I put it in the text, I was like, you gonna counter spell a negate spell for Kamaru to get a 6th level guiding bolt? Yes or no?
So on that note, as your spell is countered, but you're able to get a shot off at him, you guys are crowded within the studied room. 2 skeletons have been risen up from the ground as this vampire has slid down, charmed one of your teammates, but is telling you to dance and is trying to have some fun and get some revenge on Teldrick for taking out some of his comrades, and he sees you guys as a threat. This is where we will pick up next time. So, hope you guys had fun.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Finally got
And just so
See,
you're aware,
vampires,
Lara was dancing.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Quick question.
Yes.
Did the vampire fail its dominate person concentration?
I mean,
Before hitting it.
I haven't rolled for it, but I mean, honestly, I
Roll
can.
17, so he's going to be a 10.
It's a 28 to save.
Yeah. I figured, but...
Doesn't hurt. You can roll that one. It's
Yeah.
possible.
Oh yeah. I was like, I've rotated. I've been rolling my bigger dice, and I rolled a 2 and a 3 for Teldrick, and I switched to another one because it was rolling pretty bad. So
Convenient for the enemy's turn. So
I know I rolled bad for the skeleton too with that dice. So skeleton is frightened, but
Yeah, and it has to use all of its movement and its action to dash as far away from me as possible.
correct. I mean, it literally can't move anywhere besides towards the other skeleton, pulling away from Drumus, the
But
Emperor,
that's
and
getting
Val.
closer to me. It can't get closer to me.
Oh,
The
yeah,
only place it
so-
can go is the corner.
So yeah,
And I will light it up.
but
Wild with opportunity attacks right there.
yeah, so that's what we'll pick up next time, you guys. So
Alright.
purple
Thank you.
people eater out, right? I'm kidding.
I'll
Right,
give you
thank you.
a
Purple
little
Worm
button.
Syndicate. Ow!
Purple worm syndicate out.